I finally did it. Done with high school. It's in the rearview mirror. I am so happy to be done with high school. It's been something I've been doing for 12 years. Well, not high school, but school in general. I'm done. It's over. I'm happy to be done. So today I'm going to tell you guys about my experience in school. So to start this video off, I don't remember a ton of stuff from when I was little. I have very bad memory. So I don't remember stuff from honestly, all of elementary school. I don't really just have a ton of memory of. I remember all the main memories, all the good ones. But I don't remember a ton from elementary school, so I'm not going to talk much about that. And middle school is still pretty fresh in my mind, so I have some memories from there. But I hated school personally. I never liked school. It was never something I enjoyed or had fun doing, or I never woke up and I was like, oh, I want to go to school today. That was never me. The first thing I'm going to say, because I think this is a funny memory that I would like to look back at later, is you can get 10 absences before you get audited or whatever they call it. So I would plan my 10 absences out. When Fortnite was really big, the new season would be coming out and I'm sick that day, So I always plan those out. That's always something I use to its fullest. It's just, I don't know, good memories. I always planned them out at the perfect times and then I would use them. So from first grade to, I think it was freshman year, I cried on the first day of school every time. There's so many pictures out there because we always do pictures on the first day of school, and I always cried on the first day of school because I knew the year that was ahead of me, it wouldn't be fun, and it never was. But I don't know. I just remember crying on the first day of school every year till I was a freshman or sophomore. I don't know which it was. I'm happy to be done. I don't have to cry again this year. No, I haven't cried the last couple of years. And I'm also going to quickly talk about, because I spent the last 2 years, or I spent most of my high school years. So freshman year, I spent half the year in person and then half the year online. And then sophomore year, I spent in person. And then junior year was online and senior year was online. So I spent 2.5 years of my 4 high school years online. So let me tell you online versus in person. So online, you don't learn very well, number one, and there's no social to it. I feel like you can tell someone who has been online schooled and in-person schooled. You can tell the difference when you talk to them, when you meet them. You can tell if they've done online school or in person. You can tell just by how social they are, how everything. You can just tell. So I personally would not recommend online school to everybody. I feel like it is a bad thing that can be good. It's situation to situation, but I could not recommend it for everybody. It's not all there. It doesn't feel like school should feel. There's no one there holding you accountable but yourself. That's the only person holding you accountable. So if you're not good at self-discipline, I wouldn't recommend online school to really anybody. And if you're going to do online school, get a job or do lots of social activities so you can still get that social out. Online school was nice. There wasn't a certain time you had to wake up every day. You could just wake up whenever you wanted, although I was really good about waking up early still and going to bed at a good time. But I definitely rushed my way through online school. It didn't feel like school. It just felt like I had to get this done by this time. Let me get it done as fast as possible, so I'm done with it. And that's what online felt like a lot. It was, here's what I got to do, and I get it done as fast as I can. And sometimes there was times where I didn't do school for 2 weeks in a row, and then I would hop online, get whatever I was missing done with. I very much rushed through it, and I did not take my time at all. And I feel like that affects how you learn. I definitely feel like I didn't learn as much online 100%, because sometimes I was just trying to get it done and I wasn't absorbing the information. When you're told in class and you write a note, or you're writing notes about the lecture or whatever you're doing, you'll take in more of the information than if you just rush through it on an online course. So So yeah, you just don't learn as well online, and the social is not there. So I can't recommend online school to anybody, but in-person school, I do have some good memories from in-person school. The ones that really stand out to me is like elementary. I only have like a handful of memories I can talk about, but one of my favorites was, I remember the first time I figured out a magnifying glass plus the sun makes the beam. And so me and my friend went out and we were burning ants and like trying to start fires on sticks. I don't know how we were never told not to do that, but it's just a fun memory to look back on, and it's one of like the main things I remember from elementary school is just that recess area. Is I feel like I made a lot of memories out there. But it's crazy to think that was 6 years ago. It's crazy to think about that. 6 years ago. And middle school, I feel like, was very eventful. I had a fun time in middle school. There was this one teacher, I'm not gonna say her last name or anything. A lot of the people in this class I was in, they were all punching each other or hurting each other or hitting each other. And so one time it just got a little far and like some kids got in a fight. She pulled us all into the hall, although I was not a part of the group that was like hitting, punching, doing whatever. And she was like, all of you guys are gonna grow up to be garbage truck drivers. And that's one memory from middle school that just still has me laughing to this day because I was so mad that day. I was just thinking to myself, what the heck? I wasn't a part of this and now I'm gonna be the garbage man? What the heck? Now, come to find out, they make a pretty good salary. And also, in that same class, there was a project. You had to like budget housing and like what jobs and what houses you can afford with the jobs and the cars and like it was basically going through all of that. And so we picked the garbage truck driver because after that situation, it was just a laughing joke in the class. And so we did on our project, we did garbage truck driver and what we could afford. And back then, when we did the calculations, we could only afford like a cardboard box. We could not afford very much. But it was just, that's a good memory from middle school is like, it was just a funny story. I enjoyed it. Middle school was definitely the time where I had the most amount of friends and the most amount of fun, I guess. It was middle school is I just had a ton of people around me and had a ton of fun. And I would walk home and go to school every day. And it was like probably about half a mile or so. I don't know. It was a fun walk though at times, but there's a couple memories from there. There was one time where I was walking, right? I had AirPods in. I was just jamming out on my way home. And then I always carried like this stick with me just because I would like drag the stick and have fun with the stick. I don't know. You could like drag it on the floor, or I was like, if anyone ever tried to attack me, I could like fight back with the stick. But that never happened. But this one time out of my peripheral, so I kicked this ball that was on the floor when I was walking past this house that is commonly known to have a pit bull. And so I kicked this ball, I didn't see anything, and then probably about like 2 minutes later, out of my peripheral, this dog's running up, and then I was like hitting the floor with the stick, and it scared the dog off. I was like, go, go. And I was like, on the way home, I was like walking backwards, and that was a fun time. I always had fun times walking to school. There was this one time when I walked to school, and it was like -1 outside. And I remember walking to school, and it was the coldest thing I've ever done in my life was walk to school when it was -1. It was crazy. That was also the coldest it ever got, so. So the only really regret I have about high school is definitely not going in person the entire time. It's not something I regret, because I think if I had the chance to do it again, I would have done online school again. But it was just, I kind of wish I would have, because I feel like there's an experience there that you could never really get again, the high school experience, especially senior year. I feel like a lot of stuff happened senior year that I kind of missed out on. But I don't feel like I regret it, but then a part of me is like, you should have done that. But I'm living life with no regrets, so I'm not going to say I regret it, but a part of me wishes I would have stuck out those last couple years. So the one full year I had of high school was my sophomore year, and that's the year I have the most high school memories from, obviously. And the one thing I still can't get out of my head to this day is I wish I had the chicken sandwich. So every day for lunch, I would get a chicken sandwich, and a chocolate milk. And the chicken sandwich, when I tell you, it was a spicy chicken sandwich. Every day I had it, oh my goodness. It's still one of my favorite meals I've had to this day. Every day eating that chicken sandwich was so nice. And I still crave it to this day. I'm like sitting here and I'm like, ooh, that spicy chicken sandwich would go really hard right now. That would be a really good meal. Now what's cool is one thing I did in high school that I am really glad I did was it was a film class. So they showed you how to edit. They show you how to do videos, edit. Like it was just like a video production class. I gotta say that is some of the most fun I've had, and actually there's a couple of the videos I made in video production on my channel, but I just made such good memories from there, and I learned how to edit, like what I'm doing right now, editing this video. I still use some of the tricks and stuff I learned from that class. So that is really cool to think about, is that class has brought me here. Oh my gosh, I just thought of another memory from middle school. So there was this kid, his name was Victor. I can say his name, but his name was Victor. And I don't remember what actually happened, but I remember he ended up stabbing me in the shoulder with a pencil. So I don't remember what was said or anything, but I just remember he came up behind me and started just stabbing me in the shoulder with a pencil. It didn't pierce or anything, but I just remember him trying to stab me with a pencil. So that always gave me a good laugh. The one thing I do remember about my freshman year of high school is freshman year was a really bad year. I think COVID was just starting at the time. No, maybe it was. Yes, COVID was just starting up on my freshman year. So it was a little bit weird, like how that all played out. But I remember my freshman year, I was in with Hallie, and there was like a bunch of my siblings I was in school with, and it was a pretty small school, so like we definitely saw each other in passing, and but it was a weird year because it was like my first year in high school, but it didn't feel like high school, it still felt like middle school, and it was this weird dynamic. And that's also the first year I took Spanish and realized I would need to put a lot more effort into Spanish if I really wanted to speak it. But I was only there for like one semester of my freshman year, and then I went online school because the whole COVID thing and just everything with that happening. I do have to say a huge thank you to my parents, because my parents are a big reason I made it through school. I would have dropped out a long time ago if I had the option to, but my parents have always pounded it into me that I'm finishing school, I'm finishing high school, and now here I am with my diploma, and I'm happy it's done. But I do have to say thank you to my parents, because if my parents were not there, I would have quit a long time ago. Like when I turned 16 and it was my sophomore year, I was like, well, what if I did get my GED? What if I did this? What if I did that? And my parents were like, you're finishing high school, whether you like it or not. And I'm glad they did that, because if you're gonna do something for 10 years, finish out the last 2, you know? And I'm so happy they did that. And I wouldn't have finished high school if it wasn't for them. So I do have to say a big thank you. I wanted to quit years ago, but my parents are the only reason I really kept on going, finished it off, and I'm very happy they did that. So thank you. Now, in terms of getting in trouble, I didn't get in trouble a lot in school. Like I never got suspended. I never got really anything. I just kind of flowed through school nice and easy. Didn't step on anyone's toes. Didn't ever do anything too bad, you know. A couple months ago, I was doing DoorDash like I do, and I was doing deliveries, and I was getting a lot of deliveries at like schools, high schools, and I was doing a lot of drop-offs there. And it was the weirdest feeling, because it was like I was supposed to be in school, like that was a school day, and I had already finished school, but I was at a school working. It was the weirdest feeling, like watching everyone there, like the whole high school working, and it was just weird to see from the outside, from like I'm working and I could be in there. It was the weirdest feeling, I can't lie. My graduation ceremony was very, very interesting, because the way they had it set up was weird, and there was like 600 kids, but it was weird because the graduation didn't feel like a graduation like I expected it to. Like I expected to get up there, I'm like, oh, I'm finally done. Let's go. And it didn't feel like that though. It just kind of felt like a, yay, I'm done. All right, what's next? You know, like it just kind of felt like a let's move on type of thing instead of a congratulations. It just, I don't know. It felt very weird. And I didn't even finish the whole ceremony. Once I walked across stage, I just left. There was nothing more that was really going to happen there that I was excited for. All I really wanted was to walk across the stage. And the way I was thinking about it was, this isn't for me. I'm not walking across the stage because I needed to prove this to myself. I was walking across the stage for my family and my friends and anyone else who knows me. I'm walking across the stage for them. I'm not walking across the stage for me. I don't need to walk across the stage to be like, yay, now I have this piece of paper and the last 12 years, they're done. It felt like a, hey, this is for my parents, and then I was done. I left, got some good pictures and everything, and I actually really liked my outfit. My outfit looked really good that day. I don't know, I did something right. Recommended by Tristan, by the way, so thank you, Tristan. But it was for everybody else around me to say congratulations and be proud of, like, they got me here, you know? So I'm very grateful, I'm very happy, and I'm glad it's done. A lot of people might be asking me, what's next? What's your next move? What's your next plan? From here, I'm gonna do YouTube. Definitely, I'll continue posting. There's gonna be a lot more posts coming now that I'm finished with high school. But I'm kind of still weighing all my options. I've been kind of looking at a couple colleges, community colleges, just trying to figure out, is that what I want to do? I've still been looking into the flight school, like I said, but I'm still going back and forth. I'm still figuring out what I want to do, but YouTube is definitely going to be my main thing. This is what I'm here for. So I'm still figuring everything out, and I'll let you guys know in another video what my official plan is, but still working on it. So here's the diploma. Here she is. I don't think there's any sensitive information on here, but I did graduate. I got it done. I'm happy it's over with, but I can't help but say, like, after everything, this doesn't feel to me super, super special. It's like, it's an feeling to me. It's like, cool, I finished high school. This does feel like the bare minimum to me. Like, I feel like if I graduated like college or something, then it would actually feel like an achievement. But this to me doesn't feel too much like an achievement. It just feels like I did get the bare minimum done. And that's what the last 2 years of my high school have felt like. They have felt like the very bare minimum. I'm just trying to get through school so I can get through school. It didn't feel like I'm trying the hardest to get the best grades possible. It was just the bare minimum. That is what the last 2 years felt like. That is what this diploma feels like. Just the bare minimum. So those are my opinions and everything that happened throughout my high school career. My parents made this graduation video for me, so I'm gonna play it at the end of here because I would always like to be able to look back at this video because this video is really fun and cool to look at. So enjoy the video, and thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Hi, Max!
Say hi, wave.
Max, say hi. Hi.
Let's start at the very beginning with Max. So he is our second born. So when it was time to push, one push and he was out.
So because they didn't have any rooms, they kicked Crystal out of her room. So she's recovering from having a baby. They're keeping him in the NICU, and she's literally sleeping on every couch in the hospital all week. And she wouldn't go home. She's like, I'm not leaving my baby here. Not gonna happen.
I couldn't leave him. Worst birth experience out of any of the births I've had, but he was so worth it.
I'm feeling on top of the world, like nothing's ever gonna bring me down. This feeling got me flying high as a bird. I may never touch the ground. It may not be my birthday, but I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate.
here with the creeper head on because I love creepers. They're so beautiful, and I kissed one yesterday.
Do you like having a lot of siblings? What is your opinion on your parents adopting? I love the idea of adopting. I really love that. When I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber.
Hey everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is my 1976 Ford F-150, and I just bought it, and I absolutely love this car.
Max's first motorcycle ride. Hi, Hallie.
Hi.
Fast living. They see the ambition, they know I'm past driven. Look, we are not the same, this is not a game.
I'm very excited to just keep riding this thing all over the place and have a blast with it, do some rides with my dad, Tristan.
Max Pettit. Alan Toledo.
You know that you're my everything. Life of the party as you dance around. You've got me 10 feet off the ground. I can breathe.
I love you.
Love you.
Be safe. If you need me, call me, even if it's the middle of the night.